Welcome to another exclusive celebrity house tour. Today we're taking you inside one of the most stunning homes out there, where luxury, style, and over-the-top amenities come together. From jaw-dropping architecture to million-dollar views, get ready for an inside look at how the rich and famous really live. Let's check it out.
So your home is clearly stunning.
Thank you.
How would you describe this home?
I would say like a minimal monastery.
Wow. And where did the inspiration come from?
From Axel Vavort and Kanye.
The two used to live in Bel Air but sold that house, which we will take a look at as well. These days they have a $22 million mansion in the Hidden Hills, which is where pretty much all the Kardashian clan buys their real estate. Neighbors. Kim has an estimated net worth of $350 mil, and combine that with Kanye's, I'm sure you're close to $1 billion. That type of money can definitely build any type of palace or home that you dream of, and then some. So, of course, Kim lives in a spot that is nothing short of royalty. Originally, Kim and Kanye were planning to keep their house a little more under wraps and private, but that changed, and they've since shared some interesting features of their house on social media, as well as done some interviews there. We'll see what Kim's mansion is really like, and if it's as strange as people say. Hey guys, it's Kara, and we've been trying something a little different here on this channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kim K's mansion in the Hidden Hills that her and Kanye thought up, and give the details of her house tour. Of course, Kim's home is interesting and one of a kind, to say the least. If you like this idea, I'll make more house tour vids. We also did one on Kylie Jenner's perfect home that's also in the Hidden Hills area, as well as Ariana Grande's mansion and NYC penthouse. And we'll have links to those at the end of this video. I've also been reading all your comments, and I'm going to be responding to some at the end of this video. I need you to let me know who to do next in the comments down below, and whose home you'd like to see. Before we get into the minimalistic mansion that Kim lives in these days, we're going to take a look at where her and Kanye used to live. The two used to live in Bel Air, Los Angeles, and obviously real estate here is in the multi-million-dollar ballpark. Kim and Kanye bought this mansion for $11 million in 2013, but then stripped it down completely and invested a couple million more in renos. The new look was pretty minimalistic and bare, which sounds about right for Kim and Kanye's tastes. The interior of the home was 9,000 square feet with 5 beds and 7 baths, and sources say that after renovations were through, it looked more like a gallery than a home. Not surprising. There's a catwalk on the second story that joins the large foyer and living room. The living room is pretty open concept as well, with a large 2-story glass wall that looks into the yard. The kitchen in this house was mostly stainless steel and had a long island, and also on the main level there's an indoor-outdoor family room. Upstairs, the master bedroom has a rounded area and balcony, which overlooks the backyard. Outside, of course, there's also an infinity pool and 2 spas, surrounded by picture-perfect green space. Kim said about this house that the interior design was all about natural tones and minimal furniture. We also repositioned the pool and added a glam room with its own separate entrance. However, with their growing family, Kim and Kanye decided to move on from it a while after, selling it for $17.8 million. I also heard that it already was put on the market and sold again, but this time it went down in value, so who knows what happened. Let's move on to the main attraction, Kim's minimalistic and pretty weird family home. Personally, when I think about a family home, even if it's a dream home, I would want it to feel comfy and still slightly cozy. Mansions are always so big, so of course they could feel cold and empty, but Kim and Kanye's spot takes this to a whole new level. Kim and Kanye paid $22.68 million for this home originally, and then spent another $20 million in renovations. I also heard that if you get in the way of Kanye's creative genius, he'll can you on the spot. That's one method to getting the exact home you want, I guess. Apparently, the mansion is now worth $60 million post-renovations, so seems like all of the hard work paid off. Hidden Hills is beside Calabasas, California. A handful of big-name celebs call this area home, and like I mentioned, a lot of the Kardashian Jenner clan. It only made sense that Kim moved here too. Let's just say you won't find anything for under $10 million in this hood. Spending $20 million on renovations, you already know that this house looked way different before the Kardashian Wests got their hands on it. The aerial pics of their reno process looks like they seriously demolished a lot of the property. I actually liked the house before because although it was still a beautiful epic mansion, it had a sense of home and wasn't completely barren. It had a French style and lots of brick and wood accents. There were still high ceilings with wooden beams, and the bathrooms were gorgeous as well. My favorite part was probably the large covered patio and the pool with the fountains. I think it's so sad that they demolished that because it was way too pretty. Looking at the before pictures of Kim's mansion at the time the couple bought it, you can really see what $20 million in renovations does. So how does it look now? These days, Kim and Kanye's Hidden Hills Palace has been compared to an abandoned museum and a creepy convent, among other things. But according to Kim, it's like a minimal monastery, like that's any more normal. Just walking in, you can feel these vibes from the foyer. Kim's mansion is 15,667 square feet with 8 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. There are also 8 fireplaces, which I'm not sure why is relevant, but either way it sounds excessive.
So what are these guys most into in life right now, Kim?
Sorry, what was the question?
What are they most into in life right now?
Saint is into Paw Patrol, anything Paw Patrol. North is into Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I want to meet him.
Actually, there's a small couch, but still not very comfy. Aside from a naked statue, there isn't much occupying this room. The kitchen now has a giant island perfect for food prep, but it used to look very different too, like everything else in Kim's home. I really want to know how the pair manages having infants and all this white furniture. Kim actually told Architectural Digest when they asked this, "Oh my god, I ran around the house with towels. You just have to take a deep breath and say, okay, it's gonna happen. We decided to have light colors." Moving on to the bathroom, well, the one that seems to be the focal point, it's definitely interesting. After showing the bathroom in the house tour, some were confused because of the odd layout and design, so Kim explained it further. The master bathroom used to look like a pretty standard, fancy master bath, but now it's completely different.
Our whole ceiling is a light box. Bathtub fits all of our kids. And our shower.
There's a large square tub that Kim says can fit all of the kids and some weird sinks. The sinks, Kim explained, were designed by Kanye, Axel Vervoort, and Claudio Silvestrin.
So 8 versions of this prototype sink was made, and it does actually like slightly slope down that you can kind of see. And there's a slit for the water, and it goes in. You can put it on as high pressure as you want, and no backsplash will come up.
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen a sink like that. Some other weird things in Kim's mansion that she's shown us are the light switches that are just 3 small buttons for on, off, and dim. She says that the switches not having a box around them, like normal light switches, makes them more visually appealing. In Kim's bedroom, or their master bedroom, they also have a big TV that comes out from the floorboards, which I think is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right, Khloe? She wanted me to show you guys this, guys.
Oh, my favorite person on the screen.
It's actually 130 inches to be exact. The master bedroom's appearance has changed a lot as well since Kim moved in. Another part of Kim's home she's been so generous to show off is her closet. This might even be the most familiar room in the mansion, considering she often posts pics in her outfit fittings going on there. It's perfectly organized with all the most lavish designer gear you could imagine. But what else would you expect? Kanye also has plenty of closet space for himself and all of his Yeezys. Outside the house on 3.5 acres, there were originally 2 swimming pools, 2 spas, and their own vineyard. I'm not sure if during the mega renos Kim got rid of the vineyard, but we know that it came as part of the original property. Some additions to Kim's property included a basketball court that was for Kanye's birthday, which we could see being created in some of the renovation pics. As of last year, the couple was also installing a large body of water, like a giant swimming pond or mini lake, to replace the 2 pools that were previously on the property. The backyard was just recently completed as of this year, and they had to get building permits because of the size of the pond, which was reportedly 20 by 60 feet. Just when you thought their home couldn't get any crazier. The pools obviously just didn't cut it for Kim. In the recent photos of their property, we can see the finished basketball court, giant pool, and it looks like they still kept the vineyard. In the photo shoot that Kim did for Vogue, it made her look like her mansion was more homely and chaotic than we've seen it. From the footage I saw, Kim's mansion is past minimalistic, and there were no toys to be seen on the floor. So don't be fooled. After this vid, you should really know what her and Kanye's strangely empty yet massive home is like. What do you guys think about Kim's house? Cool or too cool to live in? I definitely like her sister Kylie's place better. I get more home vibes looking at hers. When two of the biggest celebrities get together and start a family like Kim and Kanye, when it comes to their living arrangements, you should only expect greatness. Even though the Bel Air home the two lived in previously was quite the mansion, their current house in the Hidden Hills exceeds it and then some. I also think that the Kardashian clan is buying up all of the Hidden Hills on purpose, and each family member has to get real estate there, or else. From the bare walls to the extremely white and gray based interior of the home, Kim's mansion is ultra modern and I think a little bit eerie. I don't understand where all the stuff is. I mean, the most lived in looking place of the home is Kim's closet, and we know that's not the case. I don't want to knock Kanye's interior design though, cause I might hurt his feelings. I don't think that Kim and Kanye could do much else to their mansion to make it any more epic or particular, but it's hard to imagine either of them stopping there. Although Kim's mansion is complete at the moment, we'll see what the future holds for the family home and if any more major renovations are in store.
Kim's main residence remains the reimagined mega mansion in Hidden Hills, which she designed alongside her ex-husband Kanye West. And this home, well, it looked like a completely different place when they purchased it. You won't believe what this home used to look like. Back in 2014, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West purchased this sprawling estate in Hidden Hills for $20 million. Which was situated on 3 acres of land, offering beautiful vineyards, trees, and rolling lawns. However, after the former couple decided to completely reimagine and redesign the home, it could have been valued as pricey as $60 million. During these renovations, the former couple and their children stayed across the road at Kris's home for 3 years, eventually moving into their custom dream mansion in 2017. The massive house boasts 2 kitchens, 2 pantries, multiple minimalistic gathering rooms, and more. Kim has since maintained the Monastery vibe of this Hidden Hills family home, considering she bought out her ex-husband after they separated. She has continued to put her touches on the property, and she posted a handful of interior shots in late 2022. For Halloween 2023, Kim even shared the creepy vibes she decorated at her mansion for the holidays, and she went all out. She even added another haunted house to the back of her house. Despite how minimalistic the mansion might look now, also noticing a lack of stuff or belongings, before Kim and Kanye got their hands on the place, it did in fact look like your average, wealthy mansion with plenty of furnishings. Formerly, Kim's home was a stunning Tuscan-style compound with vineyards and an amazing detailed pool with fountains. Just for the basic stats, it said the mansion spans over 15,000 square feet of space with 8 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms throughout. It seems that one of the many things that Kim and Kanye saw eye to eye on during their relationship was the interior design of their home, including the step-by-step rehaul. Once complete, their masterpiece took the March 2020 cover of Architectural Digest, and fans were shocked at how empty and monochromatic it looked. While the former hallway featured some arches of its own, the new hallway looks like it was stripped down. Before, there were hardwood floors underfoot and elegant light fixtures overhead, while these days it's just straight up soaring ceilings and arches on arches. If you follow Kim on social media, you're definitely familiar with this kind of empty hallway, and now those wood floors are long gone. They're made from a very special Belgian plaster now, so special that if something goes wrong, they can only be fixed by a crew that has to be flown in. Before, the stair hall was classic, offering some marble flooring and a winding iron-railed staircase with some furniture as well. Now it's all white colored and even more simple in style. And as you can see, for the fall season, Kim likes to deck this space out with piles of pumpkins instead of furniture. The railing went from an iron rail to a solid white banister that encloses the stairs. Before the renovations, the kitchen had high wood beam ceilings and other wood accents, including the hardwood floors, as well as more of a rustic vibe. Now it features a huge range of chef-grade stainless appliances, and the open concept remains, but it's nearly all the same neutral shade aside from the appliances. There are even 2 deep pantries, and Kim also has a legitimate walk-in industrial fridge. It looks like there's an entire grocery store produce section in there and about 40 types of shredded cheese. In case you're wondering, Kim has 2 kitchens. One is what she calls a for-show kitchen, and then there's the staff kitchen, where I assume they actually do the cooking. Before renovations, Kim's living and dining rooms were fancy, but they were still warm and inviting. There were more of those wood beam ceilings, a stone fireplace, French doors to the yard, and plush furnishings. Now there seems to be nothing but the built-in fireplace, which now completely blends in with the white walls. The dining room formerly had features like a crystal chandelier and even a wine cellar, but now it's a lot more empty. The living room does have a special polar bear sofa though, which could have cost up to $600,000 alone. As for where Kim lays her head at night, the master suite formerly had rich wood beams overhead like much of the rest of the home. There was a large window with bench-style seat and more. These days, Kim's bedroom boasts an all beige theme, giant bed, as well as room for all 4 of her kids to come and snuggle. The room flows right into the massive master bathroom, which is a full view of the greenery in the yard, almost looking like a tropical jungle. Before, Kim's master bath had those typical luxury features like glistening marble floors and an opulent chandelier, but that's all gone now. It was traded in for a room that boasts a whole ceiling as a light box. Not to mention the walls are all glass, looking out to a forest of green outside. The tub was custom designed and it's massive, while the other end of the sprawling space boasts a glass-walled shower. The sinks in here are basically famous because they confused everybody who caught a glimpse of them. The sinks have these drains that don't look like drains, but as Kim explained, there's a slit for the water to go in. While you might think Kim's home is completely void of color, think again. Her kids' rooms seem to have colorful walls, or at least a few of them do anyways. One of the other curious rooms in Kim's home is devoted just to a humongous, octopus-like soft sculpture, like a stuffed animal, but huge. Not to mention, Kim's children do actually have a toys and a playroom, and she's shown this space off before. Before we wrap this up, let's check out the outside. Back in the day, Kim's yard looked like a typical Beverly Hills home, but it was stunning, including a dining patio, outdoor fireplace, fountains, and epic pool with water features. But you guessed it, in usual Kim and Kanye fashion, they completely removed all of that. They minimized the space with just one massive swimming pool. Since they didn't find a jacuzzi they liked, they decided just to heat the entire pool to a warm temperature.
Kim Kardashian may still be living in her eccentric and minimalistic mansion in Hidden Hills, but she's still making real estate moves. In recent news, she just dropped $6.3 million on the house right next door to her main abode, which happens to sit in the middle of her current house and the one her ex Kanye West bought across the street in December 2021. Despite the mega price tag, Kim's new acquisition is definitely in need of some renovation. Kim Kardashian and her 4 children have been happily living in the one-of-a-kind mansion she and her ex-husband Kanye bought in 2014. After an additional $20 million and 7 years spent on renovating the crib into a minimalist dream, it's rumored to be worth at least $60 million. More recently, Kim allowed Vogue inside for a look at her calming compound, which she's kept mostly the same aesthetic-wise after buying ex-husband Kanye out of the home for $23 million. Kim said about her residence, "Everything in my house is really minimal. I find there's so much chaos out in the world that when I come home, I want it to be really quiet and I want everything to feel calming." While Kim has no plans to move on from her 3.5-acre property, it seems with her next door purchase, she's planning to expand her Hidden Hills territory further. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment, and in this one, we're checking out Kim Kardashian's home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit me up on Instagram to chat, and now let's get into this video. We'll kick things off with Kim's new purchase, a fixer-upper she bought next door to her Hidden Hills estate for $6.3 million. Despite the work that needs to be done to this property, Kim definitely wanted it, or at least the acre of land it sits on, because she shelled out $800K more than the asking price to get it. Looking at aerial views, we can see the home is also between Kim's main house and the random house her ex Kanye bought right across the streets. Maybe Kim has some ulterior motives for the property purchase, but either way, she's totally expanding her footprint in the Kardashian-loved Hidden Hills neighborhood. Built in 1975, this was the first time the 4,239 square foot abode has come on the market. And it was listed after the longtime owner of the place and beloved resident of the community, Lillian Darling Holt, passed away at the end of 2021 at the age of 84. Well, that might explain some of the dated interiors. Listing materials said about the house, this estate is the perfect place to call home with a remodel or renovation to create a true masterpiece. Currently, the home is made up of 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths with outdated interiors boasting green shag carpet in some spaces, velvet curtains and furnishings, and elsewhere walls made of mirrors and plaster floor. Most likely, the existing structure will be torn down and turned into something more Kardashian style. Other spaces inside boast a curved staircase with second-level gallery and formal living and dining rooms, including the room with an entire wall of mirrors. Also in this room, there are micro suede sofas, a white baby grand piano, and giraffe statues. A nearby family room boasts a fireplace, wet bar, and sliding glass doors that open to reveal the unmaintained backyard. The master suite is currently located downstairs and comes with a bonus room. On the bright side, the backyard is a great size, boasting over an acre of land, which gives Kim a total of 4 acres, including her current main residence. It's not clear what Kim has in store for the new purchase, but there are plenty of possibilities. Maybe it's storage for her designer bags and shoes, wellness retreat, guest or staff house. Only time will tell. Unfortunately, there's a community path that runs between her 2 properties, so it might not be possible to fully merge them. The feature Kim did with Vogue in February 2022 also gives fans a glimpse into her main Hidden Hills residence, which she purchased with Kanye back in 2014. It has been the subject of intriguing criticism since they offered a look at the uniquely revamped interiors in 2018. The former couple collaborated with famous designer and architect Axel Vervoort to create the nearly all-white and minimalistic home, which Kanye once called a futuristic Belgian monastery. And while Kanye may have since moved out, the recent video shows the neutral aesthetic is still very well in place. Since they completely overhauled their 15,667 square foot mega mansion, it became one of the most unique and somewhat odd celeb homes we've ever seen. There are reportedly 8 beds, 10 baths, and 8 fireplaces throughout. The home is excessively open concept with nearly no doors to be found anywhere. Her dining room is more suitable for entertaining guests, fitted with an entirely cream color scheme that runs across the walls, flooring, and the round table and chairs. In Kim's family kitchen, where there's a sprawling prep island with a cream color scheme that opens up to a living area with a giant curved sectional couch. Kim's master bedroom boasts an all beige theme with giant bedroom for all 4 of her kids to come and cuddle with, but there's also a 130-inch TV that comes out from the floor. The room flows right into the massive master bathroom, which has a full view of the greenery in the yard, almost looking like a jungle. This space boasts a whole ceiling used as a light box while the walls are all glass. The tub was custom designed and big enough to fit everyone in the family if they wanted to, while the other end of the sprawling space boasts a glass-walled shower. Kim's children's rooms are more personable than other spaces in the house, as she allows them to have whatever decoration they please, rather than sticking with the minimalist and neutral theme. I mean, if you're a kid, that would be pretty boring. Outside the house on 3.5 acres, there were originally 2 swimming pools, 2 spas, and their own vineyard. However, Kim and Kanye opted to trade the 2 pools in and minimize the space with just 1 massive swimming pool. In a recent video, Kim gave a glimpse at her updated backyard as well. The basketball court is loved by Kim's children, and the ground of the court is built in a spongy material, while the color scheme is all black like Kim's gym equipment. In fact, you can see her fully equipped gym in the background, which is attached to the court. Kim also got her luxury car collection decked out in all gray to match her house. Talk about commitment. She reportedly has plans to add multiple structures, including an underground vault, subterranean parking, a detached guardhouse. So maybe this new purchase will be that attached wellness center. Alright, now we've checked out Kim Kardashian's homes, including the new property she snagged right next door to her main residence, as well as an updated look at that main estate she calls home. After checking out her Hidden Hills properties, what did you guys think? Let's not forget, Kim is also making real estate moves elsewhere in California when it was reported earlier this year that she was building a couple of vacation homes. This sketch for Kim's new home in Palm Springs show it's shaped like a triangle with round edges and a hole in the center of it, also with 2 floors throughout. Meanwhile, she also reportedly has a glass and wood lake house in the works in a secret location. Kim Kardashian's Hidden Hills mansion has long been a symbol of her evolving personal and aesthetic journey. Originally purchased in 2014 for $20 million with then-husband Kanye West, the estate underwent a significant transformation under the guidance of Belgian designer Axel Vervoort. This resulted in a minimalist sanctuary described by Kim as a minimal monastery. This serene all-white space featured custom design elements, including a unique sink design and a playroom full of animal-shaped cushions for her kids. In recent news, Kim has embarked on another extensive renovation of the property, showing a new chapter in her life post-divorce. And this isn't just a renovation. Aerial pics show a lot of construction, like adding a new wing and the demolition of several exterior walls. The reno plans reportedly include additions like an vault, subterranean parking, a wellness center, and a guardhouse. Guys, I have an important announcement about this channel. There is someone trying to take this channel, Famous Entertainment, down and have everything that I've worked so hard on deleted. Click the link in the top comment and I'll explain everything at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. During this massive reno, Kim and her 4 kids have temporarily relocated, with family members like Kris Jenner and Khloé Kardashian residing nearby in Hidden Hills. Kim Kardashian's ambitious home transformation might be entering its final stages after over a year of extensive renovations. But it doesn't seem like she's done yet. Recent images do show that her sprawling Hidden Hills mansion, already a fixture of celeb architecture, is in the midst of a dramatic overhaul that includes adding a massive new wing. Kim originally purchased the home in 2014 with her ex-husband Kanye for $20 million. Property, which became their main family residence, was later valued at $60 million by Kris Jenner in 2018 when she responded to a fan post on X. Following Kim's split from Kanye in 2021, she bought out his share for a reported $23 million and remained in the home with their 4 children, North, St. Chicago, and Som. By November 2024, fans began to notice significant construction underway. Aerial images at the time showed heavy machines and demolished exterior walls, revealing a house stripped to its bones and open to the elements. The tennis court and swimming pools were fenced off, and the once finished home was once again a full-fledged construction site. Now, workers are seen building what appears to be an entirely new wing of the home, complete with multiple rooms and fresh architectural framing. Walls and windows from the original structure have been gutted, indicating that this is more than a surface renovation. It's a complete reimagining of the estate. While the exact purpose of the extension remains unclear, past legal documents offer some clues. In 2021, a lawsuit filed by a neighbor revealed that Kim had proposed the addition of an underground vault, subterranean parking, an attached subterranean wellness center, and a detached guardhouse, according to documents. The neighbor filed an emergency motion to block construction. The court denied it. Work on the property appeared to slow during her divorce proceedings, but by mid-2024, Kim reportedly moved herself and her kids out temporarily, just to allow construction to continue. Initially rumored to accommodate just a single new room. However, the latest images confirm the project is much larger than expected. This isn't the first time Kim's home has gone through a radical transformation. Shortly after the initial purchase, she and Kanye enlisted the famous Belgian designer Axel Vervoort to turn this home into a one-of-a-kind minimalist sanctuary. Their design efforts earned the couple a feature on the cover of Architectural Digest, where they proudly unveiled a residence stripped down to its bare essence. We're talking clean line, monochromatic palettes, and flowing spaces. The home, which Kanye once described as a futuristic Belgian monastery, became a lightning rod for design debates online. Some praised its calming neutral
palette, while others criticized it, calling it cold and unwelcoming. The interiors were full of white, cream, and gray with light wood accents through the open plan kitchen, dining, and living areas. The original home boasted 8 beds, 10 baths, a home cinema, a basketball court, and a massive swimming pool. Additional properties purchased by Kim over the years included surrounding homes that she snapped up for privacy and potential expansion. In 2014, she reportedly bought a neighboring 4-bedroom home for $2.9 million, which she later demolished to create a garden. In 2019 and 2020, she bought additional properties nearby for $2.7 and $2.9 million respectively. Kim's extensive real estate portfolio also includes a custom-built holiday retreat in Palm Springs and a mysterious glass and wood lake house. On a recent episode of The Kardashians, Kim opened up about the ongoing renovation at her main mansion, saying, "I'm packing up my entire house, I'm fully remodeling, and it's not easy to do this with 4 kids," she said. "I have one time in my life when I can do this." Footage from the show revealed rooms lined with labeled cardboard boxes and floors covered in protective wrap. When Kris Jenner stopped by, she was shocked by the clutter and labeled Kim a hoarder. She offered to help her purge years of accumulated items. Kim later told her landscaper that she would need to vacate the property for a year and a half to accommodate these changes. Among her plans is an expansive new closet, specifically one designed with a future partner in mind. "And then here will be a whole area, a whole closet I can show you," Kim said. "A whole closet for what?" Kris asked. "For him," said Kim. Her mom asked, "Who is he? Who is him?" And Kim, she said, "I don't know, manifesting." Speaking directly to the cameras, Kim explained her thinking, saying, "I did this whole renovation and I looked up to my team and I go, guys, we're adding on to the house, we're changing everything for me. And then I thought, wait, I'll be so stuck in that and not even be open to having a partner if I don't build it. So if you build it, he will come. Guess we'll see." During the construction, it's unclear where Kim and the kids are living, though it's likely she's staying nearby. Her mom, Kris, and sister Khloé own neighboring properties in Hidden Hills, each of which has undergone its own round of glamorous renos. Kris purchased her home for $20 million and later unveiled her upgraded dream residence on the Kardashians. Meanwhile, fans have been speculating about a new man in Kim's life. She recently posted photo booth snaps of herself posied up to a mystery male companion. Though she hasn't commented on the rumors, the pictures sent social media into a frenzy, with fans eager to identify the mystery man. With this latest renovation, Kim Kardashian's once minimal Monastery is supposedly getting a new look. One that reflects her life now and the future she hopes for. The house that used to represent her life with Kanye is being transformed to show her independence, her goals, and maybe even the hope for a new relationship. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more celebrity real estate. I'm Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and we'll see you next time. Hey everyone, first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to my 500,000 subscribers. I absolutely love you all, and your support over the years has meant everything to me. It's kept me going through the loss of Shiro, the economy crashing, and lots of other ups and downs. Now, I have a little favor to ask. I've created a backup channel for famous entertainment, so that's going to be linked in the top comment and the description box. And this is where I'll be continuing to bring you the celebrity real estate videos you know and love. But this time, I'm gonna be bringing you into my world with personal content. I live in a historic house and I love doing home renos. Well, at least I've been learning the last year. I have 3 dogs, I do daily workouts, we go to events, there's trips to the hairdresser sometimes. I also have 3 amazing rescue dogs. I've fostered dogs before. I do daily workouts. We go to events. Maybe I'll even someday have a big wedding that Michael promised me. Anyways, I've been posting this stuff for years on Instagram, but with me having to start all over again, I'm gonna try to merge my personal content with the content that you come to watch here. Mainly house tours. Regardless, if you love this channel or have watched it over the years, I need your support to get the new channel going. So please, if you enjoyed the content that I've created, hit that subscribe button for the new channel in the description box and comments, and check out some of the new videos.
Khloé Kardashian is one of my faves in the Kardashian-Jenner fam, I would have to admit, and today we're gonna be looking at her house tour. At the time of this video, she's 35 years old and she's a reality star, influencer, model, and businesswoman, much like her sisters. Not to mention she's a mom to her daughter, True Thompson, who she now co-parents with her baby daddy, Tristan Thompson. Khloé has 98.5 million followers on her Instagram at the moment, and her page looks like she's living the dream and looking glam as always. We've been working on the house tours of the Kardashian Jenners, so I figured we might as well just try and do them all. And you guys requested Khloé's house, so here it is. Majority of the fam has purchased up an area in Calabasas called Hidden Hills. Here's where Kim and Kanye have their mega mansion, Kris has her house, Kylie has her dream mansion, and a few more properties. And Khloé and Kourtney are right beside in the gated community called the Oaks. So don't bet on buying any houses here because they've clearly taken over. Khloé's house is one of the nicest in my opinion. She used the same interior designer, Martin Lawrence Bullard, like a few of the family members did, even Kylie, so you can see some similarities for sure. And a little later on, I'll tell you which celebrity Khloé purchased her current mansion from, if you don't already know. Hey guys, it's Kara and we've been trying something a little different here on this channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Khloé Kardashian's $7.2 million mansion in Calabasas and see what her place is like. We'll also look at her old places like her house with Lamar Odom and the Cleveland house she lived in with her ex Tristan. If you like this idea, I'll make more house tour vids. We also did one on Kim and Kanye's $22 million palace in the Hidden Hills, as well as Kylie and Kendall Jenner's homes, and we'll have links to those at the end of this video. I've also been reading all your comments and I'm going to be responding to some at the end of this video. I need you to let me know who to do next in the comments down below and whose home you'd like to see. I'm thinking next will be Kourtney Kardashian. So before we get into Khloé's current house tour, we'll look at where she used to live. Of course, she had a nice spot with her ex Lamar Odom, but they put that up for sale a while back. In fact, it's on the market now for almost $4.9 million if you wanted to buy it. This place was in Tarzana, LA, and almost 8,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. Khloé and Lamar originally had it listed for almost $5.5 mil, but the new sale price is less. A lot of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian footage was filmed in this home back in the day, as well as episodes of Khloé and Lamar. This spot was a gated estate in Mulholland Park, and it looked like a dream. The pool and outdoor area was gorgeous. Even at the front there was a fancy gate and massive driveway. There was an epic entryway here, and I love the style of the staircase and the main hallway upstairs. Other features of this home included a few nice main living areas, a super cool bar, some massive walk-in closets, and a home movie theater. This house was amazing, but who would want to keep a house when you're getting a divorce? Khloé wanted a fresh start. Before Khloé resided in her current Calabasas mansion permanently, there was a time she was living in Cleveland. Must have been a little bit out of place for Khloé to be living all the way in Ohio when her family and lifestyle was back in LA, but she did it when she was with Tristan. At the time, Khloé already had her Calabasas mansion, but she moved to Cleveland when her and Tristan had their baby. Although it wasn't her spot, I'm sure she still covered some bills. This home was in Cuyahoga County in Cleveland and cost Tristan $1.9 million. I'll bet the real estate isn't as much as LA, but the home still had the fancy vibes. It was 6,000 square feet with 5 beds and 7 baths and sat on half an acre of land with views of Lake Erie. Although some may call the house simple, at the time Khloé said she was happy to be in Cleveland. Not to mention that this house was still really spacious and had a lot of features, like a big playroom with a fish tank and an upstairs apartment in case the two wanted a live-in nanny. But clearly things changed and Khloé moved back to her Calabasas dream home. Now we'll look at the main attraction, Khloé's current home. Khloé bought this house back in 2014 and just like her fam loves to do, invested in a ton of renovations to make it her own. So who did Khloé purchase this house from? None other than Justin Bieber. It was actually after an incident where Justin egged his neighbor's home. This was during what I would call Justin's ratchet phase and around the time of his DUI. But either way, I'd guess those neighbors were happy to get a new resident next door. As I mentioned, Khloé's home is located in the super private gated community of the Oaks in Calabasas, where her sister Kourtney also lives. Some famous neighbors include Michael Jackson's mother and children, and Britney Spears used to live here too. Although it's technically not in the Hidden Hills like the rest of the fam, they're right beside each other, so it's the same thing. Khloé paid $7.2 million for this mansion, and it's 9,214 square feet, sitting on 1.3 acres of land with 6 beds and 7 baths. Some features of her house include a fountain, beautiful pool and jacuzzi outside, a gorgeous courtyard, a wine cellar that holds about 200 bottles, a guest house, and a special movie screening room, which I'll talk about soon. The interior design of Khloé's house is super classy and looks like there's a lot of black, white, and gray furnishings. She has a gorgeous glam room that's fit for a queen, as well as a spacious master bedroom and master bath that match the vibes of the house. One of my favorite rooms is the sitting room because of the all white. I don't know that I've ever seen a prettier room. There's also a more practical living room that looks a bit cozier. The kitchen is big and has plenty of space for Khloé's hobbies like baking. Khloé has said, "I absolutely adore baking with my nieces and nephews. It's super fun and I love baking by myself, so what I like to do is have a cabinet for my baking essentials." So all of her baking stuff is in a separate cabinet.
I like baking by myself, so what I like to do is have a cabinet dedicated to my baking essentials. Everything, of course, labeled. These are airtight containers that are spill-proof.
Khloé has given tours of her pantry and fridge too because she loves being organized to an extreme. She's so into it that she has a series called Khloé. You get it, like OCD.
Organized by category, like these are all my crackers or cookies on this side, and also these are the things that I think I would grab the fastest, which is the junk food, the blow pops, caramels, whatever.
I love the organization and Khloé's definitely a pro.
The top shelf is normally used for drinks because the top shelf is where it gets warmest, and the door. So you always put condiments and everything on the side of the door because those are the items that normally won't go bad so easily.
She's totally speaking my language there. I think that's the same way I organize my fridge, but I never knew that there was actually science to back it up. Khloé's even posted the bar in her house and the ways that she organizes that space.
Come on. It's a bar, so it's supposed to be themey and fun, so I like to actually display my alcohol. And how I organize my alcohol is I basically just do things that match. I like to have something for everybody. That's just how I roll.
One of my favorite rooms in the house is Khloé's movie theater. Like I said before, Martin Lawrence Fuller designed a lot of the Kardashian Jenner homes, and I can see that here. The same butterfly art that's on the wall is also present in Kylie Jenner's dining room, which is one of Martin's signatures. But when Martin showed this room on his Instagram, the wall art was actually a nude shot of Khloé at the time, so I wonder if they've changed that. The other wall is entirely a screen, so you would definitely have the perfect movie night here. Khloé also has a special pink nursery for her daughter True, where apparently the floor is decked out in soft rugs so she can play around wherever she wants. Finally, Khloé's closets. That's right, she has more than one and they're impressive. But why not? If she doesn't have to share closet space with anyone else at the moment, who cares? She says it herself.
Don't have a husband, so I have an extra closet.
Khloé has a normal closet with most of her clothes and shoes, which is massive, and we've seen it in some of her organization vids too.
So when I saw these little squares in this whole box, I was like, perfect, let's organize with this.
And then she also has a fitness closet. We know that she's infamous for organization, so it makes sense that Khloé separated her fitness gear into a separate room. I would love to do the same if I had that kind of space.
All my shirts are long sleeves, but they go in order. So this is my black section, and then I go from color. So I always end with black and I start with white. This whole side is my colored leggings, whatever, which is grays, prints. I try to also put them in order of length. This closet is my Fitspo, and every time I walk by, I'm like, okay, motivated, should get my ass in the gym.
From all that I've seen, I love Khloé's current mansion in the Oaks. She's always lived in gorgeous houses, but this one in particular, you can tell it's really all her. There's plenty of amazing features like her cozy screening room, 2 giant closets, as well as the master suite and glam room, not to mention the huge yard and pool. Even though the designer infused some Mediterranean style in the home design, it's classy and feminine at the same time. Although I really liked Kylie's house, I think that my new favorite is Khloé's. And she's crazy organized like me, so I can only imagine how perfect her living space is. Khloé's house is probably where you'd want to go to if it was the zombie apocalypse, considering she's stacked up with all of the snacks. I think that Khloé has done a great job creating her dream home for herself and her daughter, and I feel like she'll be living at the spot for a while. It's been a hot minute since Khloé Kardashian updated her real estate portfolio, but in recent news, she's moved to the exclusive gated community of Hidden Hills. While a few of her famous family members already live here, this all-new modern mansion happens to sit right next door to her mom, Kris Jenner's new house. Khloé and Tristan Thompson, her on and off again man and baby daddy, agreed to buy the newly built estate together and pay an 8-figure sum for it. Khloé recently unloaded her longtime Calabasas property to move into her new digs, and you'll never guess who bought her former place. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Khloé Kardashian is a media personality, socialite, producer, and businesswoman who rose to fame for being part of probably the most famous family of our time. Since 2007, she starred alongside her Kardashian-Jenner fam in the reality TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Its success has even led to spin-offs such as Kourtney and Khloé Take Miami and Kourtney and Khloé Take the Hamptons. From 2009 to 2016, Khloé was married to Lamar Odom, who she married only a month after meeting. While they were the stars of their own reality TV series, Khloé and Lamar, they ended up divorcing, and their relationship was often the subject of tabloids. In 2009, Khloé was in the second season of The Celebrity Apprentice, finishing 10th out of 18 candidates by being fired by Donald Trump. In 2012, Khloé also hosted The X Factor alongside Mario Lopez. Since then, Khloé's had her own talk show, Cocktails with Khloé, as well as starred in and produced the fitness docu-series Revenge Body with Khloé Kardashian. Aside from her TV stints, Khloé's found success in the retail and fashion industries with her sisters Kourtney and Kim, launching several clothing collections, fragrances, and more. These days, Khloé is back with Tristan Thompson, who's also the father of her daughter True. She's also amassed a whopping net worth of $50 million or more. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. I noticed 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. You guys requested this one, and while we already did a vid on Khloé Kardashian that was back in 2019, so it's time for an update. We'll look at her longtime mansion she sold in Calabasas to a surprising buyer, where she's moving to in Hidden Hills, and more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Alright, let's get into this video. In October 2020, it was reported that Khloé bought a brand new mansion. The Kardashian-Jenners are known for many things, like their family dramatics, a grip on fame, and, above all, their love of Hidden Hills. This guard-gated community deep within LA's San Fernando Valley is the most exclusive around and served as the family spot for many years, even before Keeping Up with the Kardashians was the thing. Last April, matriarch and mastermind of the clan, Kris Jenner, sold her freshly redone Hidden Hills mansion for $15 million to Katarina Harf, daughter of Coty chairman Peter Harf. He is the dude who helped oversee the brand's $600 million deal with Kylie Cosmetics. In typical Kris Jenner fashion, she wants to keep her family close. It seems Khloé's new home acquisition is right next door to her mom's new pad. How convenient. The pair reportedly inked 8-figure deals to buy newly built homes inside the gate that just completed in 2020. While the exact price of Khloé's new mansion is unknown at the time, it apparently cost well over $10 million. And her man Tristan Thompson bought the place with her. The two mansions are located on Ashley Ridge, the pocket of Hidden Hills often considered the most desirable. Neighbors include Jeffree Star, Lori Loughlin, DeMar DeRozan, and more. While we have yet to scope photos of Khloé's new home, we can see how the new builds in the neighborhood look and get a solid idea. Khloé and Kris's new mansions were built in 2020 by the same local developer and pack in over 10,000 square feet of living space each, sitting on 1.5 acres of land. Khloé's new home was designed in the popular modern farmhouse style and is rumored to be a whopping 16,500 square feet. While the Ashley Ridge mansions were already gorgeous, many were ripped down to make way for the new builds, which are apparently even more impressive. It's also said Khloé's new crib has 8 bedrooms, 9.5 baths, and every amenity you could ever imagine. There's an 8-car garage, covered patios, a guest house, a movie theater, lounge, home gym, and office. Also, outside there's of course a beautiful pool with inset spa. The two properties used to be part of a single large estate that rambled over 3 acres of land and included a sprawling mansion of almost 20,000 square feet. Once upon a time, this mega home was even leased to Britney Spears. After Miss Spears moved out, the owner sold the place in 2012 for $7 million to a local developer who quickly demolished the home, but then let the land sit vacant for years. Eventually, the land was passed to the ex-Ponzi scheme Woodbridge, and then to the most recent developer. developer. He subdivided the lot and spent 2020 putting the finishing touches on both Khloé and her mom's brand new mansion. Khloé moved into her new home before Christmas, and she took to social media showing off her gorgeous decorations. She uploaded a series of pics and videos to Instagram, giving fans a glimpse inside her festive upgrade. Khloé's Christmas tree was tall and decorated with silver and green ornaments with sparkling white lights. She also showed her cozy fireplace with a smaller tree on the other side, each of them all white. This article reports that Khloé moved into her new property back in November and already began making the place a home. It's likely only a matter of time before she shows the entire mansion off. Before buying her new manse, Khloé long lived in a Calabasas estate just next door to Hidden Hills one. She sold her home for $15.5 million, a record price as the most ever paid for a house in Calabasas. It's also more than double the $7.2 million that Khloé paid for the property over 6 years prior when she bought it off Justin Bieber. This time, the buyer is also someone famous, none other than Darman, the cosmetics entrepreneur turned YouTube famous lifestyle guru who quickly announced his purchase via Instagram. For the past few months, Man and his partner Laura G have documented their house hunt on social media and welcomed their first child earlier in 2020. Built in 2005, the gorgeous Tuscan villa-style compound served Khloé well for many years. It's located in the Estates at the Oaks, a double-gated community where other homeowners include her sister Courtney, Travis Barker, and more. Set on a high ridge with panoramic views of the hills, the 1.3-acre property is covered in lush landscaping, bright roses, and rolling green lawns. Inside, Khloé appointed top designers Tommy Clements and Walter Fernandez to transform the basic mansion into a sophisticated modern abode. The home features jet black hardwood floors, cream-colored walls, and designer furniture throughout. It spans 9,320 square feet with 6 beds, 10 baths, and features like a curved staircase in the foyer and a sexy backlit bar. The gorgeous estate also offers 6 fireplaces, an elevator, vaulted ceilings, and floor-to-ceiling windows in many of the rooms, letting in natural light. Among the common rooms, there are a few choices of living and family rooms, and a dining room with garden views. Not to mention the gourmet kitchen with only the best appliances, a breakfast area and bar, and a butler's pantry and kitchen. Other details of Khloé's former home include arched walkways, terracotta floors, and hand-painted tiles. The master suite here boasts a sitting area, fireplace, and balcony, and if you'd rather hang out elsewhere in the mansion, there are rooms like a state-of-the-art theater, a games room, and an office. Outside the property is just as amazing because there's an outdoor bar area with thatched roof, secluded patios to dine on, numerous fountains, and a pool and spa. If that's not enough, you also get a spacious guest house that's a mini replica of the main home. Khloé may be moving on, but she really loved this home and took every opportunity to show it off. Even when she moved back in November, she said goodbye to the home on Instagram, posting a story walking through the empty house. Khloé then took fans to what used to be her daughter True's bedroom, saying, "We are out of here and the new owners get a beautiful, blessed home. This home is so special and magical. I have the best memories of this beautiful, beautiful home, and I'm so happy to pass it on."
Khloé Kardashian's customized dream mansion may be in Hidden Hills, but she still often shows off the sprawling California property. Not to mention in spring 2024, it appeared the reality star began even more renovations on the home, even though it was already under construction for 2 years. From the looks of it, Khloé's making extensive updates to her home's exterior. She moved into the newly built home in 2021 after years of development. She and her mom, Kris Jenner, invested a combined $37 million to build side-by-side mansions on the 3.4-acre property they bought in April 2021. Khloé's mega mansion, which she shares with her 2 young children, offers everything one could dream of, from a fully equipped home gym, a gorgeous movie theater, and the most insane closet you've ever seen. In spring 2024, Khloé Kardashian appeared to be overseeing some more renovations at her already customized mega mansion she calls home. After 2 years of construction and a reported $17 million just to build, Khloé's dream property was ready to move in, located right next door to her mom Kris Jenner's home. Khloé's family estate is located in the ultra-exclusive, guard-gated community of Hidden Hills, California, an area which the Kardashian-Jenner clan is known to love. Khloé moved into the newly constructed home, built on a 10,000 square foot lot in 2021 after a couple long years of development. She and her mom invested a combined $37 million to build side-by-side mansions on the 3.4-acre property they bought in April 2021. Khloé reportedly spent $17 million to create her dream home, while Kris invested over $20 million on hers. Khloé's home reportedly offers 8 bedrooms, 9.5 baths, and every amenity you could ever imagine. There's an 8-car garage, covered patios, guest house, and much, much more. Khloé gave fans a peek at the interior during an episode of her family's reality show in 2022. Khloé said at the time, "It's amazing to finally see this become a tangible home. We're so excited that this is where we get to create all our memories and put down roots. This is mine." While Khloé initially planned to live here with her baby daddy and on and off again boyfriend Tristan Thompson, the two had split following his paternity scandal. While Tristan briefly stayed with Khloé while his own home was being renovated, she now mainly shares the space with her children True and Tatum. Tristan actually purchased a home 3 doors down, while Khloé's mom, Kris, is her next door neighbor. One of her home standout features is the garage turned pantry, which Khloé describes as effing amazing, and I have to say it is. Look at that organization. Kourtney Kardashian has also highlighted her sister's meticulously organized pantry on her Poosh blog, showing the labeled glass cookie jars and a dedicated baking section. The home edit team, who worked with Khloé on the Dream Pantry, reflected on the project on Instagram, calling her the queen of organization. They shared how they custom-stained backstock baskets, dispensers, and jars to create a cohesive look throughout the space while ensuring maximum functionality. Now, another space in her home that Khloé is super passionate about is her impressive home gym. Khloé often shares glimpses into her workouts on social media taking place in her gym, which boasts a rowing machine, other equipment, flat screen TVs, and numerous mirrors. She not only has private training sessions there, but also has been seen working out with her sisters, including Kim. Khloé's mansion also features a stunning home theater with multiple couches and a massive screen. In an episode of The Kardashians, she showed the room to her daughter True, who immediately asked for the remote. When Khloé first showed off her massive walk-in closet, she admitted she didn't even want to walk inside. The scene gave viewers a peek at her impressive shoe collection, shelves filled with Birkins, and designer luggage. Talk about dream closet. As she toured the rest of her home, including the living and dining rooms, Khloé described the vibe as clean, chic, and beautiful. Khloé chose a color palette of mainly beige and neutral tones, reflected in her chairs, bedspread, and couches. However, her favorite piece in the house is actually a photo of her late father, Robert Kardashian. Khloé's master suite is painted in a soft neutral beige with a large flat screen TV mounted on the wall across from the bed, while there's also a cozy fireplace nook with shelves boasting family photos. In 2023, Khloé also shared how she updates her decor for the holiday season on Instagram, posting a video of multiple Christmas trees and garlands lit up around her fireplace, as well as a luxurious dining room setup. Out back, of course, there's a swimming pool with inset spa, as well as a tree-lined walkway and plenty of space to entertain. In addition to the expansive pool and gardens, Khloé's backyard features a long pergola draped in roses, offering a shaded path between a reflecting fountain and a spacious bench in the distance. Back in 2020, she put her longtime home in Calabasas on the market and sold this place for $15.5 million in an off-market deal to YouTuber Darman. That was more than double what Khloé paid for it in 2014. During her ownership, Khloé carried out a major renovation of this home, which she showed off in an architectural digest. Some of the highlights included a designer eating kitchen, a silver-toned screening room, a fully equipped glam room, and a walk-in closet that was built from 2 bedrooms. The backyard offered a sparkling swimming pool, a patio with swinging daybeds, and a courtyard complete with a fireplace.
The house you may know as Kris's OG home or the family gathering space is located in the Hidden Hills neighborhood of Calabasas. obviously. This gated community offers multi-million-dollar mansions, and Kris, Kim, and Kylie all have multiple properties here. This home is considered the original Kardashian family home, and if you've ever watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you've probably seen the famous entryway before.
Hi, welcome to my house at Christmas. Come on in.
Okay, so I know it isn't Christmas yet, but that has to be the best holiday decor I've ever seen. Anyways, we've seen this entryway many times with all of the family members. The white tiled floor is iconic to me and is definitely inspiration if I ever get a home like that. Yeah, I wish. This home was designed by an LA designer, Jeff Andrews. Kris's family home is 8,860 square feet with 6 beds and 7.5 bathrooms. The style is super classy and definitely resembles Kris's tastes. Looking at the master bedroom, you can see all of the darker shades of gray and luxurious vibes. The kitchen is elegant and clean. Although the property was purchased back in 2010 for around $4 million, if Kris put the place back on the market now, it would be worth at least $6 million, if not more. I mean, think about the star factor and all the work that was put into it for renovations. I don't think it'll be for sale anytime soon though. The interior shots from Keeping Up with the Kardashians were actually filmed in the home, but for privacy reasons they didn't show the exterior. Too many stalkers and superfans were trying to hunt the fam down, so these shots were actually a stand-in home. The fake house is located in Studio City, California, not the Hidden Hills, but it's still gorgeous on the inside and definitely has that celebrity vibe. It's called the Iredell Estate if you are curious, and has 7 beds and 9 baths, even more than the real home. Now let's move on to Kris's second mansion and more recent purchase in the Hidden Hills. In 2017, Kris got this spot for almost $10 million, and it's located just across the street from Kim and Kanye's palace, which we also did a house tour on, by the way. This home is 9,400 square feet with 6 beds and 8 baths and sits on 1.28 acres of land. Sounds like plenty of room for when all of Kris's kids and grandkids come visit or stay over. Some features of Kris's mansion also include a swimming pool and spa, a home movie theater, and a game room.
Hi guys, I'm Kris Jenner. Come on in.
Although the house was already perfectly renovated when Kris bought it, she did want to make the interior her own in terms of design. Designer Waldo Fernandez and mother and son team, Kathleen and Tommy Clements, helped Kris bring her vision to life. The home has a really open floor plan, which is something Kris loves about it. You can catch the perfect view of the pool and yard from what's called the Great Room. I mean, she already had a living room, so they had to think of another name for this one.
I love this room because it's open to the kitchen, and you can see when you're cooking and entertaining in this part of the house, everybody can be together, so I love that.
I think the actual living room here is pretty gorgeous as well though. I like both.
So I hope you guys like it. This is the living room, and love the way that the colors just make me feel so calm. So it's a real special part of the end of my day.
The kitchen is another important space in the home for Kris, and it has a sleek design, but it's still super functional. The whole family can hang out here like she says.
We're in the kitchen all the time. We pretty much live here. It's the heart of the house. Someone's always cooking in here.
With such a big family, I'm starting to understand why the Kardashian Jenners all buy houses next door to each other. If I was them, I would do the same. One thing I noticed about Kris's newer home is that her master bedroom has a much more minimalistic vibe than the last one. I like the fact that the room lets in a lot of light, but I actually like the master bedroom in the other home a little bit better. What do you guys think? Kris's walk-in closet is also something to envy, but seeing most of the Kardashian Jenner ladies' closets, I'm not surprised that hers is fabulous too. Gotta love Kris's personalized momager luggage in the background.
Amazing.
Isn't
I
it
have
fun?
never seen something like this, ever.
Well, you have to remember, this is 62 years of collecting. So it's not like this just happened all at once, but let me give you a little tour around and then we'll end up back here.
Okay,
So
let's do it.
this is where, you know, all my stuff, all the glitter and the fun gowns are.
The woman has quite the collection of designer bags. Looking at this home, you can see that it's super chic just like Kris, but you may think it's slightly simple for a Kardashian Jenner. Kris purposely toned it down for her home so it feels peaceful to her. She said, "I don't enjoy going out as much as I used to. My job is so hectic and chaotic. I'm always running a million miles an hour. I wanted my home to feel like a sanctuary, perfectly calm and peaceful." Mama Kris's real estate doesn't stop there. Outside of Hidden Hills, she also has a gorgeous vacation home in Palm Springs, and this one might be even more lavish than the other two. Apparently, Kris paid $12 million last year for this mansion inside the gated golf community, the Madison Club. The price is one of the highest paid for a single-family home in the Coachella Valley. It's 11,000 square feet with 7 beds, 8 full baths, and 2 half baths. Outside, there's 3,500 square feet of living space too. Now, that's a mansion. Although the holiday home is only 1 floor, it's a huge one. This place looks like more of a vacation resort than a house to me, but maybe that's what Kris was going for. There's a ton of entertainment space inside, aside from all of the bedrooms. And outside, you'll find a 100-foot-long infinity pool and spa with views of the hills in the background. I love this vacation home, and I honestly don't know which one of Kris's mansions I like best. Which one do you guys like? Let me know down in the comments. So these 3 homes aren't all the real estate Kris owns, but they're the ones she actually lives in. She has some smaller properties and condos elsewhere in LA that she owns, but I'm guessing they're just investments. In 2020, it was reported that Kardashian family matriarch Kris Jenner unexpectedly sold her famous main residence in Hidden Hills in an off-market deal. While the successful momager owns a few other properties, it left us to wonder where she's moving to next. Reportedly, Kris bought a newly built mega mansion in the same neighborhood right next door to her daughter Khloé's new home, which I mentioned on this channel recently. Today, we'll check out a couple of Kris's properties as well as what we know about her brand new spot. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Kristen Mary Jenner, aka Kris Jenner, is a media personality, socialite, producer, entertainment manager, businesswoman, and more, who rose to fame in the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think we can all agree that this woman is a genius as well as the best momager in the world. She is the brains behind her family's success, having managed her daughters, Kim, Kourtney, Khloé, Kendall, and Kylie's careers. Between managing her family's careers and brokering deals on everyone's behalf, Kris has an estimated net worth of about $190 million as of 2020, according to Forbes. With that fortune, Kris is a veteran luxury real estate expert, and while she's just sold her main mansion in Hidden Hills, that's far from her only estate. Kris continues to maintain a $12 million desert getaway in La Quinta, California, 3 multi-million-dollar condos in Calabasas, at least 2 of which are occupied by family members, and another mansion where her son Rob Kardashian lives with his daughter Dream. Of course, Kris just bought her newly built mega home in Hidden Hills too. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. I noticed 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. You guys requested this one, and even though we already did a Kris Jenner house tour, that was back in 2019, and it seemed due for an update. We'll take a look at a couple of Kris's homes, past and present, including what we know about the brand new Hidden Hills abode. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Alright, let's get into this video. I'll start with the bad news first, which is that there are no photos of Kris's new residential purchase online, at least not of the interior. Since the home is a brand new build, it wasn't officially listed on the open market, but we do know some details. Back in spring 2020, Kris sold her freshly redone Hidden Hills mansion for $15 million to Katarina Harv, daughter of Coty chairman Peter Harv, the man who helped oversee Coty's acquisition of Kylie Cosmetics. We'll take a look at this mansion and the makeover it underwent in just a moment, which was located right across from Kim and Kanye's palace-like estate. But it seems that Kris still wanted to keep her family close. She and her daughter Khloé Kardashian have both put down 8 figures to buy brand new homes built in 2020 inside the community, set right next door to one another. The mansions are located on Ashley Ridge, the pocket of Hidden Hills that many consider the most desirable section of town. Other residents here include the likes of Jeffree Star, DeMar DeRozan, and more. This same local developer built both their houses, and each estate spans well north of 10,000 square feet of living space. They're designed in the popular modern farmhouse style. They sit on 1.5 acres of land each, and while there are no photos of the houses online, at least one of the homes is over 16,000 square feet. Of course, Kris's new mansion will have every amenity you could dream up, like an 8-car garage, a guest house, movie theater, gym, lounge, office, and pool with spa. And that's not all. At one point in time, Kris and Khloé's properties were part of a single largest estate that covered 3 acres of land and a mansion of almost 20,000 square feet. The opulent but outdated mansion was owned by construction magnate Ron Suter and was even leased to the one and only Britney Spears. After changing hands a few times, the property was subdivided and new homes were rebuilt in place of the old one. It isn't yet publicly known what Kris paid for her property, but it's believed she would have shelled out well over $10 million. In summer of 2020, Kris sold her main residence in the same star-studded neighborhood of Hidden Hills for exactly $15 million in an off-market all-cash deal, and the home was never publicly listed on the market. Kris bought this modern farmhouse-style mansion about 3 years ago for just under $10 million and hired acclaimed designers Tommy and Kathy Clements and Walto Fernandez to give the home a sophisticated makeover. After this, her glamorous space was published in Architectural Digest when Kris gave them a full in-depth tour.
I love this house because it has a really open floor plan. It makes me feel really zen and relaxed.
Looking at photos of the mansion now, it seems that Kris has somehow made the place look even nicer and likely added some upgrades too. Inside, the estate spans 9,459 square feet with 6 beds, 8 baths, rich hardwood flooring, and a lot of fresh white walls. The home boasts a glass front door that swings open into a large foyer, attached to the formal living and dining rooms, the former with a fireplace, and a dining room with custom furniture and a vintage credenza that Ellen DeGeneres used to own. Kris's chic chef's kitchen has Italian marble and top-of-the-line appliances, and this space opens to the family room that she had outfitted with a rare sheep sculpture while living here.
But the last time I entertained here and Chrissy Teigen came over, after one little glass of wine, she was riding my sheep.
Her former master's suite is also downstairs, located in its own spacious and secluded wing, with a walk-in closet and massive bathroom decked out in more marble than you've ever seen. On the upper level of the home, there's a second family room with wet bar, the guest suites, and a home gym. Outside, the property boasts a swimming pool, outdoor kitchen with fire pit, and rolling lawns surrounding it. Hidden Hills isn't the only place Kris has real estate either. In 2018, the Kardashian-Jenner Matriarch dropped $12 million on a beautiful modern mansion in the Coachella Valley, perfect for a vacation getaway spot. Her desert oasis is located in the city of La Quinta, California, more specifically in the manned gates of the posh Madison Club, which is a golf development community. In 2015, the modern property was constructed, and while it's only a single level, it's decidedly sprawling. Spanning over 11,000 square feet inside, Kris's vacation home has 7 beds, 8 full baths, and 2 half baths, as well as an additional 3,500 square feet of outdoor living space. The floor plan is arranged around a secure courtyard with 2 fire features and 4 fake trees wrapped in fairy lights, and sits on close to an acre of land. The home is super minimalistic, but offers a ton of amenities like 4 masonry fireplaces, 3 oversized fire features in total, and a foolproof home automation system. There are also additional perks like automated blackout shades on the windows and state-of-the-art sound and light systems throughout the property. There's a long stepped walkway leading up to the grand entrance, and it's open plan living for the most part inside the mansion. The living and dining room area looks like more of a hotel ballroom than a family home, and boasts multiple areas to lounge, a resort-sized wet bar, and opulent chandeliers. Glass panels attach the airy indoor spaces to the west-facing deck that spans the full width of the home. Despite the estate's massive size, there are still plenty of spots for the Kardashian-Jenner clan to curl up and talk about their latest business ventures, drama, and more. Outside, there are also several fire pits and seating, as well as a 100-foot-long infinity-edge swimming pool and spa. Kris's La Quinta home looks like one classy place to soak in sunset and mountain views from, that's for sure. After months of planning and construction, Kris Jenner unveiled her current $20 million home in Hidden Hills, which is located next to her daughter Khloé's mansion that's still being built. Kris had her house reveal coinciding with her 66th birthday in November 2022 and showed off the glamorous estate on their show, The Kardashians. From the series, we caught glimpses of the stylish piano room and bar, the screening room, the kitchen, and much more. And Kris's new house is as chic as you'd expect. Of course, this means that the momager had to let her former crib in the same neighborhood go, and in 2020, Kris sold it for $15 million in an all-cash deal. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Near the end of 2022, in an episode of The Kardashians, the momager of 6 decided to show off her highly anticipated and newly built mansion in the family's favorite neighborhood of Hidden Hills. And it's as chic as can be. While the home was formerly said to be move-in ready, Kris wanted it perfect for her and spent months on constructing and designing the interior. The mansion is located in an exclusive gated section of Hidden Hills, California on Ashley Ridge, a pocket which is considered to be the most desirable by many. Not to mention, her daughter Khloé purchased up the estate right next door, which was built at the same time. Not only will Kris be right next door to her daughter, some other high-profile neighbors include the likes of Lori Loughlin, DeMar DeRozan, and more. This sprawling estate cost Kris $20 million and it's supposedly slightly larger and of course newer than her last property. On The Kardashians, she was throwing a housewarming party, which coincided with her 66th birthday in November 2022, and she invited her friends and family to see her stylish space. Her daughters, Kim Kardashian, Khloé Kardashian, and Kourtney Kardashian were all there, along with some of Kris's closest friends like Faye Resnick and Ellen DeGeneres. The construction of Kris and Khloé's mega mansions were documented during the building process with Kris's abode. We can see that hers is made of dark gray brickwork just ahead of Khloé's in the building process. Kris's new home has sprawling lawns and a grassy yard with a pool along with mature trees and other plants. Elsewhere, there's solar paneling. While Kris revealed some of her home interiors on the show, we can also see how the new builds look and get a better idea of those new ones in the neighborhood. While the Ashley Ridge mansions were already gorgeous, many were ripped down to make way for the new builds. They're apparently even more impressive. Kris's new residence was built in 2020 by the same local developer as her daughter Khloé's home, and it packs in over 10,000 square feet of living space, sitting on 1.5 acres of land. Both Kris and Khloé's massive new homes were built in the trendy modern farmhouse style, and the two properties were formerly part of one single large estate that rambled over 3 acres of land. This mega home was once about 20,000 square feet. Not to mention, Britney Spears even leased this former mansion in the past. The land was previously owned by construction mogul Ron Tudor, and the former mansion was eventually torn down, leaving the property uninhabited for years until Kris and Khloé got their hands on it and started to build their dream mansions. On The Kardashians, Kris shows her guest rooms like the screening room, the piano room, and bar, and her daughter Kourtney stated she loves that every room is infused with her personality. Kris worked with designers Kathleen and Tommy Clements and Waldo Fernandez to make her home vision come to life, and she had worked with them before on the interiors of her home, which she lived in prior to this. We could see that Kris's new mansion has a mostly neutral palette with glamorous details throughout and plenty of open spaces. One living room has a sparkly bar on one wall full of crystal, and another wall that's made up of glass sliding doors opening up to the patio. She has a large formal dining room with a long table to entertain, big enough to seat all of her party guests. And this was where Kris prepared a toast on the episode. Then her kitchen has light-colored wood with black countertops, as well as a large center island with snack bar seating. The most interesting feature here has got to be the color-coded fridge to hold various foods. Kris's statement-making refrigerator upped the organization game to a new level, as it's matte black, massive, and offers 3 doors. The middle section is glass and shows it's stocked up with green-colored produce such as asparagus, artichokes, herbs, lettuce, avocados, broccoli, cucumbers, and limes. So we can imagine the other sides of the fridge would hold foods in another color and style. Another common living area in Kris's home featured a wall-mounted TV, fireplace, and plenty of space to gather, while her screening room is spacious, plush, and dark. On the show, Kris also gives a peek at her fully equipped home gym, and then she shows her friend Faye her room that's fully dedicated to her designer dishware which she collects.
In March 2022, her daughter Kourtney's website Poosh gave the first look at Kris's quote-unquote dish room, which is essentially a walk-in closet stacked with pristine, well-lit shelves displaying fine china. There are no less than 6 sets from Hermes, 1 Gucci herbarium set in green, a custom set with depictions of the Kardashian Jenners on it, an entire set of Royal Copenhagen's Flora Danica porcelain pieces, which are handmade and painted to order. No 2 Flora Danica pieces are identical, and just to give you an idea of what these plates are worth, a full set sold for over $62,000 in April 2019. In Kris's well-stocked bar, she also has the most stylish glassware, offering plenty of silver cocktail shakers and what might be Williams-Sonoma martini glasses. The mirrored cabinet here is also stocked with a full set of Baccarat crystals, which Kris had said on Instagram in 2018, "Everything tastes better in Baccarat." In her living room, Kris also has 2 small drink tables to set her martinis down on after a long day. And while it might not sound like much, it's pretty luxurious to have furnishings that only serve a small purpose such as that. While Kris's living room has modern touches, such as the marble fireplace and sleek sofa, there are softer looking and more traditional details too, such as a white armchair with ruffled skirt, which adds sophistication. Since Kris has settled into that new and stunning Hidden Hills retreat in summer 2020, the momager sold her main residence in the same star-studded neighborhood for exactly $15 million in an off-market, all-cash deal. Kris bought the modern farmhouse-style mansion about 3 years prior for just under $10 million and hired the acclaimed designers Tommy and Kathy Clements, along with Waldo Fernandez, to give the home a sophisticated makeover. After this, her glamorous space was published in Architectural Digest when Kris gave them a full in-depth tour. Looking at photos of the mansion now, it seems that Kris has somehow made the place look even nicer, and she likely added some upgrades too. Inside, the estate spans 9,459 square feet with 6 beds, 8 baths, rich hardwood flooring, and a lot of fresh white walls. This home boasted a glass front door that swung open into a large foyer attached to the formal living and dining rooms, the former with a fireplace and the dining room with custom furniture, and a vintage credenza that her friend Ellen DeGeneres used to own. Kris's chic chef's kitchen had Italian marble and top-of-the-line appliances, and this space opens to the family room that she had outfitted with a rare sheep sculpture while living here. Her former master suite was also downstairs, located in its own spacious and secluded wing, with a walk-in closet and massive bathroom decked out in a marble overload. On the upper level of the home, there was a second family room with wet bar, the guest suites, and a home gym. Outside, property boasted a swimming pool, outdoor kitchen with fire pit, and rolling lawns surrounding it all. We'll likely get more glimpses at Kris Jenner's current Hidden Hills home in the future. For now, we definitely have an idea of the stylish touches that were created throughout, and we can see that her new space is even more impressive than her former home. Considering the property was $20 million, I sure hope that it would be everything that Kris dreamed of and more. So while that's gonna wrap up today's house tour, before we head out, answer this question for me. If you had as much money to spend as Kris Jenner does, would you ever invest in a dish collection as expensive as hers? Or would you prefer to collect something completely different? Let me know what you'd most like to collect down in the comment section, as well as what you thought of Kris's homes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. My name is Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram to chat more, and I'll see you all on the next tour. Bye!